Hi everyone, I am Anisha Narang and welcome to my channel once again. I hope you enjoyed the previous video where I shared with you all 10 things you must practice while you are in your 20s. If you still haven't checked out the video, please do so now. It definitely has something in it that you need to hear today. Anyway, welcome to today's video, and today's video is about another live event where I plan to share my pregnancy journey with you all. So, before I go ahead, please subscribe to the channel if you still haven't, and also like and share the video, all the previous videos if you like them. So let's get started. So a lot of us have questions in our mind about this stage as it can be life changing, and so did I. So just a Janhit Mein Jari initiative, I thought I'll share some of my learnings and experiences with you all as part of this video. Now, without wasting much of time, let's get to some questions and I can share my point of view and experiences with you all. So, let's get started with one of the very common and confusing questions. Is there a right time or age to make babies? Well, no. You need to really figure it out by yourselves when it is the right time for you if you are to plan it. On a general note, I would say a few years into marriage and when your body is healthy. To talk of age, I think somewhere between 25 to 35 is a good time. Before and after is also okay, depending upon what your situation is and how you want to go about it. No matter how much you say that age is just a number, your body definitely reminds you on and off that you are not 21 anymore and things are different with your body. We all think in a way that we would want everything to be perfect before we move into parenthood. Well, that never happens. So to put it out really short, just go for it when you feel right. Okay, moving on. So it's a gray space. Are there any books that can set me up on this journey in an informed way? Oh, yes, absolutely. So, for me, talking of me, I read two books over the course of time to be informed about the entire process and what it is all about. So, the first one that I recommend is Passport to a Healthy Pregnancy by Geeta Arjun. This book pretty much covers everything about knowing your pregnancy to a weekly guide for 40 weeks, all the difficult and the general situations that you may experience during pregnancy. I highly recommend going in for it if you are yet to start with this journey. So there are a few common things, right, that that happen to your body while you're pregnant. So it kind of saves you from um, asking stupid questions or being or panicking about it. So just go for it. I think I highly recommend this book. And there's one more that I recommend, which is Pregnancy Notes Before, During, and After by Rujita Devekar. So I went in and bought this one since I've read other books from her, and I really believe in her advice on food and nutrition. So in short, the first chapter can definitely help you prepare for pregnancy, as it talks about the big deal. Deal standing for diet, exercise, activity, and lifestyle. And it also has some really nice food suggestions for each trimester too. Honestly, I just picked up very few things from it, but you can definitely make your own choices. But yes, these are the two books that I do recommend. And now that you know where to look for most of your questions, I think I can probably talk about some of the general questions and my take on those. Okay, so is being pregnant more like the way they show it in the movies? Do you really faint when you get to know about the news, or is it how is it for real? Okay, so my take, I think no, it's not at all like the way they show it in the movies. It's just in the movies the way they show it. I haven't known anyone yet who came to know about their pregnancy by fainting or maybe having some sort of weakness in their body. It all went pretty straightforward for all the people, all the women I know so far, by just taking a pregnancy test when they miss their periods. Moving on to the next question. Is nausea bad for all women? So it's different for everyone. It can differ from being mild to severe. For me, the nausea was pretty mild. A few vomits and an aversion to some foods. For some, I've heard that it's pretty bad. And it's mostly in the first trimester, which is usually the first 3 months of your pregnancy, and it does subside by the second trimester. So not to worry about it too much. So the next one is, how do you look at these trimesters and the weeks of pregnancy? So the total pregnancy is of 40 weeks, and the weeks are counted from the first day of your last period, where the first trimester is from 0 to 13 weeks, second is from 14 to 27, and the third trimester is from 28 to 40 weeks. So the next one is, what's your take on food and exercise during pregnancy? Quite a big question, I would say, but let's take food first. So my simple answer would be eat what you can. So your food intake capacity and liking changes with each trimester. Eating even the regular portion in your first trimester is a challenge. So just eat what you can. For me, I preferred more of fruits, vegetables, and home cooked food. Basically, try to keep it light, is what would be my advice from my experience. And by the time you are in your second trimester, the nausea kind of subsides and your appetite increases a bit. But be mindful of the fact that you are not supposed to eat double or eat for two. It's just a myth that leads to unnecessary weight gain. So do keep that in mind and do not fall. If people around you are trying to feed you for two, so take control of what you're eating. The growing baby inside doesn't eat food but only absorbs the essential nutrients from the placenta. I really didn't eat a lot extra, but by the book, if you are to ask me, you only need 300 extra calories while you're pregnant. So choose the healthy extra 300 calories and do not complete it, with a lot of junk food or maybe desserts. It's recommended that you include a lot of proteins in your diet, but for me, I didn't stress too much on it, to be honest. I lean more towards a vegetarian diet and simply ate home cooked food and just figured out, whatever I could manage to eat. And yeah, don't stress too much about food. All right. So most of us have heard that women have cravings at this time, and they end up eating a lot, eating the entire finishing up entire tubs of ice creams and quite a lot of food. Is that true for all women? I feel that's true in some cases. But for me, that was just not the case. So it's kind of a very funny story. Until the first trimester, I was nauseatic, and food really did not interest me that much. And by the time I was okay, and then I went on this healthy eating spree, and I was trying to avoid all the outside food and all the unhealthy stuff. And around 24 weeks or so, I just happened to get on the weighing scale and check my weight, and I was so shocked to seeing the weighing scale. I was like, oh my god, this is a lot of weight gain, right? I haven't even eaten that much and still this much of weight gain. So in that case, and then I was like, okay, let me just start eating now. So I made up my mind, to have desserts and whatever outside food I liked, and just to go start eating all of that and leave a little bit of my healthy spree, healthy eating spree, put aside. But then, at 28 weeks, so your doctor recommends that you get an OGTT test done, which is oral glucose tolerance test. It's kind of an indicator if one has gestational diabetes or not. So if you look at the reports by yourself, you will find that the range is normal. But be mindful, it's not. The normal ranges are way below in pregnancy, and the numbers were slightly up for me, and my doctor marked me as GDM in my report, and that was like a full stop to all my sweet tooth cravings. I was literally disappointed. I was like, why? But I still cheated in limits at times, but it was really not a free flow thing for me. And talking of cravings, that was quite not the case. I have not known a lot of people who've had cravings like for real. I think most of it is just in the head, and the fact that it was just me and my partner by ourselves. So even if you would crave for something, you would really have to think if you want to order it from outside, or which one, or who would be preparing it. And I have never been a very big fan of outside food. So in my opinion, I think these cravings are again just a part of the movie thing, and that's just my take. But you can definitely have your own opinions around it. So I think that's pretty much about what I would like to share on the food part. And yeah, one more very important thing that I do want to highlight is it's more important to feed your mind than your body. So while you're focusing on eating all the good food, also don't forget to feed your mind with positive thoughts. And happy pregnancy, and sending all the positive vibes to you all. I think video thoda lamba ho raha hai, so I'll cut it short here, and we'll talk about the exercise part and the highlights of each trimester in the next video. And if you still haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. And thank you for watching, and bye bye. Have a good day ahead, and I'll see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Bye bye.